Why is no one talking about how getting started is the problem? Getting started is the hardest thing when we have a goal. Like, I have so many different goals that I'm working on personally and professionally. I am writing a book, running a business. I want to get faster when it comes to cycling. I want to get stronger when it comes to strength. But it's actually getting started that is the hardest part to actually achieve these goals that we had. I read this really cool quote in a book this week and it made me think. It said, starting is the problem and then sticking to it. And if I do those two things, then enjoyment comes. And made me pause and reflect because with strength training, for example, I can see that has happened on so many times. I know that I want to do it. Like, I know that it's good for me. And then I put it off, and I put it off for whatever reason. It's like, oh, I don't have time, or like, it's going to make me hurt, or it's going to like affect my cycling. But once I get started, and I get into it, I'm like, oh, I really enjoy this. And I am testament to that this week or in the last 2 weeks, because my email newsletter, I think a week or so ago, I sent out and I made a comment about how I want to get back into strength training. And sometimes we need a little bit of a nudge, or we need a bit of encouragement, or we need to like put it out there and verbally tell someone else that we're going to do it to actually do it. And I'd said, I'm going to reach out to a personal trainer to get support and give myself the kick up the butt that I need to actually go and do the work and do the strength training, because I know that in probably 2 or 3 months time, once I'm in the regular rhythm and the consistency and I've seen the numbers go up, I'm going to be really enjoying it. But for now, I need that accountability. I need that support. I need someone else to kind of like help me work my way through it. Nutrition is the same. A lot of times people like, we know what to do, but we just need that little bit of extra hand holding, need a little bit of encouragement to do what we know we should do, but we're just not doing it. I find there's a lot of different things that we can use to help us take the first step. And another person or an accountability buddy can be part of that. So one of the things I've been doing this past month, so we're on like day 10, day 12 of October, I've been doing this sort of stretching, like low, very like somatic, very slow, calm the nervous system down, stretching with a friend. And both of us were doing the exact same thing before bed. And we've managed to do it every single day consistently because we've been reminding each other and keeping ourselves accountable to each other, even though we're in different parts of the island and we're a couple of hours apart, or an hour or so apart distantly. We're not doing it physically together, but just the act of telling a friend, I'm going to do this tonight before bed. Yep, cool. I'll see you there. This is where, like, when we're training, we're exercising, like the social support network of having a group that you can do exercise with. So for example, with running, like I enjoy running socially when I'm with other people, when it's a environment where I can chat and have fun. I enjoy socially running in that environment. I don't enjoy running on my own. So if I've got a running crew and a running club that I enjoy running with, like, yeah, sure, I am going to get up early and I'm going to make sure that I'm there. And that's what's going to motivate me and get me out the door, because to run on my own, probably not going to enjoy it so much. But the getting myself out the door is knowing like, okay, I'm going to have a great conversation with some friends. I'm going to have a coffee. I'm going to have a laugh. I'm going to see a beautiful sunrise. And that's what's going to give me the enjoyment in the future. Sometimes it's recognizing the benefit for us in the future and learning to pull that into the now, to take that first step and to take that action for whatever it is that we're trying to get accountable to. If you haven't ever worked with an accountability partner or a body double before, then I definitely cannot emphasize enough just how important this can be. Like, body doubling is a tool that I've learnt since being diagnosed with ADHD. Probably go into that story a lot further down the track. But one of the things that I find can be really challenging at times, post-COVID, post-stress or whatever, is cooking at times. Like, I love cooking. Like, I love cooking for other people. Cooking for myself, I don't enjoy quite so much. I found a tool and a strategy that helps me in those moments when I'm like, oh, it feels like too much work, it's too much effort, is I video call one of my friends and we cook together. We could be in different countries, we could be different locations, but where it's that body double, having someone physically, like they're not physically present, they're on the video, but having someone present with you to do a task that you might be putting off, that you know you need to do, that you want to do, Because yeah, I want to eat well, I want to look after my body, but sometimes it just feels like so much physical, mental, emotional effort. You're like, oh, I can't be bothered. Like bringing in tools and strategies like having an accountability partner or a buddy or someone that helps you, reminds you, and prompts you to do things that you want to be doing. I do the same thing with my clients, with my one-on-one clients. Often I'm encouraging them to eat more, but it's eating more at the right time, at the time that's going to support their health, their body composition, and their performance, and reminding them of like, okay, well, last week you said you were going to eat 60 grams of carbs an hour at this session. Like, how did it go? Like, what did you do? What didn't you do? And what stopped you? And we can troubleshoot and uncover like what's stopping them from doing the things that they want to do, and then helping them to see when things are working well and they see and they feel a bit of benefit, like how can you tune into that so that you keep doing it and you can build and you can build and build. And this is where the enjoyment comes from it later down the track. Like I said, with the strength training, it takes me a couple of weeks to start really enjoying it, but it's the seeing, it's the pride. It's like, oh cool, like I can lift more than double my body weight, like I can do this, like that sense of achievement for yourself. It's intrinsically motivated, like not from an external source, it's coming from myself internally. But it's the getting started that's the hardest part. This week I want to encourage you to start thinking about like, what's one thing that I can do to get started. It might be stretching, and it might be taking 2 seconds, it might be a meditation, it might be looking at your food intake, like whatever it is, like what can you start and think about today and make an action in the next 24, 48 hours that maybe you're not going to see the results tomorrow, but that compound results, they grow. And then in 3, 6, 12 months time, you'll be like, I'm so glad I started, because if I hadn't started with that baby step, I wouldn't be here where I am today. Don't underestimate how important the baby steps are. It's the getting started somewhere that is going to lead to our ultimate destination. So I'll leave you with that. That's all for today. Like, subscribe, feel your ride, and I'll see you next time.